Are Democrat leaders and their active vocal supporters not really that smart? Or is it a case of where their hearts are? That is the question. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back to my YouTube channel, Shiblon Faithful. My name is Doug. It's Tuesday, August 26, 2025, and thank you for joining me once again. It's good to have you back. I want to also say thank you to the new subscriber, which I gained in the last 24 hours. So thank you as well for joining. Welcome aboard. And to all the others who are already subscribers, thank you as well. And also to those who have been watching my videos, I don't have great numbers on my, as you can tell, not compared to other podcasters out there, but I do have a, a goodly number that are viewing my podcast here. And so to all the others that are viewing, so thank you for watching. But please like. I would appreciate that pat in the back for what I'm saying and trying to say in good ways on my channel. So please like and also subscribe. That'll help with the algorithms that are used in YouTube, as you know. That'll help me out greatly. So uh, YouTube will realize with the number of subscriptions that are growing and growing for my channel, I hope that will allow them and force them to uh, put it out into more and more viewers out there to see as an option as they present it on the YouTube screen. They'll be able to see mine out there as well and choose whether or not they want to watch or not. But at least it'll be out there. So please help me in that regard, in that direction, by subscribing as well. Um, Thank you once again for watching. The question is, are Democrat leaders, I'm a conservative, as you know, but Democrat leaders and their active supporters not too smart? Have they got a lower intelligence level? I don't think that's the case. There are some that fit that bill. I agree. But I think a vast majority or a great majority of people throughout our country on both sides have enough intelligence to know the difference between right and wrong and common sense and the hearts and the knowledge to know what is good and right and what is wrong. Uh, Most people know that. Now, the Democrat leaders, the politicians in charge, and other people in power that espouse those ideas have power and authority in our country in different ways as well as politics. They know that what they're saying when they fight against President Trump nowadays, like through social media, that's where we hear it most often or entirely. When they fight against President Trump and his ideas, his policies, his motives, etc., they try to tear that man down. And the MAGA supporters, Make America Great, which I am as well. They don't just try, they accuse us of having bad motives and that we're saying things which would be wrong and hurtful or harmful to other people or to our nation. Uh, we've got ideas that would destroy and hurt our country, which is just the opposite. When really, in reality, and I used to be a Democrat many years ago, and I saw the light and changed my ways. I'm a Republican now. They know that what they're saying is wrong. They know it, but their hearts are not good and they're not healthy in spiritual ways. So they choose to support things which they know which would be hope for their power. They want to grow their power and maintain their power and authority. It's what they want. They could care less about the people and about God, frankly. They could care less about God and about the people and the goodness that should prevail in our nation and within our people, throughout our people. It's good versus evil, people. It's good versus evil and has been since the beginning. Um, I want to add one more thing, a couple more things here. President Trump, I support 95% of what he has talked about in the last 7 months in his presidency. But a couple things yesterday he spoke about, many things he spoke about yesterday I agreed with, of course. But two things I do not like, and other conservative commentators have spoken out against as well in the last 24 hours. The one thing he did say yesterday was he supported or is in favor of, I think he said 600,000 Chinese students to come to American universities. Why in the world would you allow these students, who are, of course, each and every one will be forced or threatened by their government, the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, to be spies, in effect, to be spies, to hurt or harm our country directly or indirectly, one way or the other? Why would you send them over to our country when you know this? And also, that would also that's going to hurt 600,000 Americans that may want to go to those universities, because those slots will be taken away from them and given to the Chinese students. This is a wrong-headed idea. I hope he drops that idea promptly. And also, the other part you mentioned yesterday was about anyone who burns the flag should get a 1-year sentence in America, whether it be through executive order or through a congressional, whatever it would be. He mentioned yesterday he's full in favor of not of a 1-month sentence, or he's not in favor of a 10-year sentence, but he's in favor of a 1-year sentence for anyone who burns the American flag. Now, I am against burning the American flag. I am against burning the American flag. I have served under it in the military. I've always honored it since I was old enough to know what was going on when I was 4 or 5 or 6 years old, and since then, it stands for liberty and justice, and for God's will upon this nation. It is good. So I'm against burning the American flag. But he did say that whenever you have a protest and someone ends up going the extra step and burning the American flag as part of that protest, it's kind of like a catalyst to make everything kind of blow up even worse in violence in that protest. And I believe he's true. I agree with him in that regard. But the means of ending those people, preventing them from doing it, or putting a stop to that happening in the future, we need to find a sure way to stop that. But we need to find a better way than putting them in prison automatically for 1 year. It's got to be a better way. I haven't come up with the answers in that. So please give your ideas on the comments there. I would like to hear your comments. And also the other part about the free speech, I want to talk about in a separate way, which he did not talk about. But he did say that. I'm conservative commentators saying they have a right to free speech, so they have a right to burn the flag as long as they don't do other violent things uh, around that. Beside that, I'm for free speech. It's one of the it's one of the rights in the First Amendment. Free speech. I'm for it, but many people I've found, including many conservatives, as I am, have stated reasons primarily that the right to free speech is for those who say stupid things to have the right to say them. Well, that's included in it. Sure it is. But it's primarily by the founding fathers to prevent government censorship of our speech. When you have like administrations in these modern times of Obama and then Biden, would threaten people to keep them quiet, especially with social media the way it is now, to threaten them to keep them quiet, to not say certain things for fear of punishment. And for those that actually would say those things, nonetheless, that those two administrations were willing to actively punish countless people here in America for saying those things which are not stupid, but things which are smart and true and correct and good. That's what we're afraid of, and we want to prevent with a free speech in the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights, is to prevent government censorship. When we try to say things which are good against a temporary government administration that is evil, in effect. The battle of good and evil is out there. Now, uh, I love you all. Uh, I do ask you one more time, if you please give me the old pat in the back with a like. We'll greatly appreciate it. And subscribe. That will greatly help me out, as you know. So please subscribe as well. And thank you in advance for doing so. And also want to end this by saying what I say in most of my videos at the end. As Moses said unto Joshua, as recorded in the Old Testament, be strong and of a good courage. May we do so as well. Until we meet again, take care.